Dear friends, welcome to my video. In this video, we'll see how to create your own widget, something like this, where you can say, for example, show different types of times from your Android app. So, say for example, we have created an app, and here we are setting the time zone, different time zones. Say for example, if I change the time zone to Madrid, then it will show for Madrid. I can go back to whatever I was showing, London and all. So it will show that respective times here. And similarly in the widget also we can have this widget placed anywhere on our layout where, and it will keep displaying that time always. So how to create this widget, let's see. So first and foremost step will be we have to create the layout of the app first and then the Java code. So this is the layout. So if I go to the coding part here, let me minimize this for now. Let me go to the code part here. So here we have okay, define the spinner, which is a drop down for selecting the time zone, then the button which will trigger the start, and then a scroll view in the linear layout where will display our output. If I go to the Java code over here, so initially we are just defining all the class variables here and then defining the respective time zone spinner. We are creating the local variables for those widgets over here. And then in this setup spinner method, if I go here, it's doing nothing but it's just setting up the spinners and setting the default values over here. Okay, so if I scroll up, so after this we are then putting the on click listener for that particular button. If I go back to this particular button, so over here, and when this button is on click or pressed, then first and foremost it's getting the, in this local variable array list, all the time zones which are selected from the spinners. Okay, so in this local variables, once that value is there, then it will go, and in the for loop it will just iterate over those number of times, and it will add the time over there using this particular method. So one by one it will add the time for those in the text view. Okay, and if I come back here, so then it will update the time for after completing all the four time zones. And in this update time, if you see over here, what it will do, it will take the text view for that particular child, this whatever counter we are having, and one by one, okay, this is the place where we have defined the date format. Okay, so whatever date format, and then in this line we will be getting okay, so here we are getting the date format along with the time zone, and then in line number over here we are getting the current date and time on in that format. Okay, from the system variable, and we will be printing that in the text view. So this will done only once, but we have to repeat this again and again. So that's where if I go back here, so this will do only once, and this has to be repeated. So there will put a timer, a scheduler basically. So if I go back here, so this is that particular method. So start clock. So here we are scheduling it to keep doing this, or basically keep calling this particular method in a separate UI thread with a time period of around 1 second. So that's all. So this will make sure that my particular this particular app is giving me the correct value and is increasing every second. Now coming to the widget part. Okay, so for widget also, whatever we see over here, we have to define first design the layout. So here again we have designed the layout with a simple linear layout with four I think these are just a text views. Okay, so you can see in the code also these are simple text views with different parameters given. I will save all the codes, so no need to worry. You can refer it in on my website. And then we will define the class for that, the Java code for this widget. So over here we are defining that. So here in the on update method, what we are doing is again we are iterating over the app widget IDs one by one, and then we are updating the widget over here. So here we are having four text views, right? So here one by one we'll iterate over all the four. So initially we are taking a local variable of the default values what we want to set over here in this widget, the time zones, and then one by one in this for loop we will be setting the time zones for those. Again we are doing the same thing here. We are getting the date format, then current time, and we are iterating in this loop for each of these time zones, and then we are setting the respective text view over here which we have got from the layout set. Okay, and once that is done, then we will be updating the widget using this particular update widget uh, method. Then once it's done, we will be looping on this particular method again here also in the scheduler. So this is what is being done over here. So here we are defining another runnable method. And over here again it's looping for every second. Okay, here we are not directly calling this particular method, which is this update time widget, but instead we are calling a method called on update. So if you scroll up, so this is a particular method which is called, and over here this is in turn calling this for the number of widgets what we have. So there could be multiple widgets, so it's taking care of all the widgets one by one and updating this particular method for those particular features. Okay, so first, once we have this Java code set up, the only thing left is we have to define the so this is the layout of the widget, and then we have to define the widget info XML, which will be used in the manifest file. So over here we are first defining the minimum width and height of the layout, initial layout, which is basically the widget layout, and then resize mode, whether we are allowing it or not, and what is the category. Once we have all those information, then we can go to our manifest file, and over here in the manifest file we can just define the receiver for this particular widget, which is basically a time widget info.xml. And here in this uh, XML we can just define this over here like this. So this will be called always as a receiver, and then this will trigger this particular XML, and this will trigger the layout to be refreshed by this particular Java code over here. So that's all. I hope this so once you have done this, you will also get this kind of code over here, and app over here, which you can use to deploy over here. Okay, so let me show you something. So I can just remove this, and say for example I just stop this off for a moment, and I'll just restart. So this app should come up, but widget will not come up on its own. So I'll show you how you can add the widget. So app is here, so now let's assume we want that widget, right? So just go to the widget section here. You can scroll down over here. You'll get this kind of option, and click on add, and this will come. Since we have given the resize possible both horizontally and vertically, so it's letting me to resize it. So if you remember over here, so in this XML we are allowing it to resize mode over here. Okay, so and once we have it, I have also posted this app on my Google Play, which is the link for which I will give you in the description below, and you can install this app and see how this code works over here. So that's all. I hope this video is useful to you. If you have any questions or suggestions, then please put it in the comment section below, and if you like this video, then please subscribe to my channel. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye.